Simpson. And Japan have gone absolutely without lead. This is Whitmore. Hall and Gale both available. It's still Whitmore. It is the Reggae Boys who take the lead.
Greetings, football lovers. Welcome to Ballchat podcast, the show where we review some of the week's major news in the world of football. My name is Benton, along with the family. Well, Junior, how you doing, family? Because Manchester United kind of dark, but how you doing?
No, we're kind of dark, but it's been a terrible week from a Manchester United perspective. From a football fan perspective, though, it's actually been a good week.
Okay, so Manchester United terrible week. I mean, the kind of dark. It kind of just a little bit shady.
Yeah, well, what do they call it? Brownout.
Football family, you know how we do it. Come on, is away again, refereeing games. Big up yourself. Come on, go and chat safely out the road. We have EPL action. We're going to review some of the week's major news in EPL, the weekend's result, the landscape of things in the table. We'll get ready for Champions League semi-finals coming up. Big, bad Champions League mouth-watering matchup on the table. Man City versus Real Madrid. Big game. Looking forward. We'll set that up for you. We'll also discuss CONCACAF awards as Bunny Shaw and Alphonso Davies names CONCACAF 2022 Men's and Women's Player of the Year, and a wrap up with some Jamaican football news as the one Mr. Tyreek McGee has found a home. Big up yourself, youth. But we're kicking it off with Ballers and Bugs. Ballers been impressive players, Bugs been unimpressive players. If you have Ballers, send them on. And we always want to highlight and big up to all the listeners, returning listeners. Thank you always for joining. New listeners, welcome to Ballchat. Consider subscribing if you like the content. We do this every week. Junior, Ballers of the Week, family. Who do you have?
Well, you know, so my Ball of the Week, it goes to some high-scoring teams. Dortmund dropped 6 today. Chelsea women dropped 6 today, or 7. Chelsea women dropped 7 today, right?
I know. I stopped counting. I don't remember the final result, but I stopped counting after 4. It was about a...
Yeah, but Dortmund, though, Borussia Dortmund, they seem intent on winning the Bundesliga this year. They seem intent on putting a stop to the Bayern Munich, 10-year straight reign. So them get my Ball of the Week. Not for just this result, but all the results culminating up to right here, where we see teams sputtering in the end. Borussia Dortmund seem to be taking it up a next gear. Also, I have to give my Ball of the Week. But you know, not because Chelsea win, but you know, Conte look like a player that has not lost a step. I think people are waiting for N'Golo Kante to lose a step, and I don't care about the competition and playing against. For a man that has been injured so often, for him to be still playing at this high level at this age, we have to put hats off to him. And I would say that he's single-handedly responsible for why Chelsea win this weekend and put a stop. Finally, after 3 coaches, Chelsea have more than 1 point. Can you believe it? Also, Lucas Paqueta played wicked today, but I'm not gonna lie. Against Manu, the man wrote some ball today. Also, Napoli for winning the title. It's been a foregone conclusion, right? But we still have to celebrate the fact that the man them reach right now and win the title officially. So hats off to Napoli for winning the Serie A.
Yeah, big up Garfield. Garfield says heal up Ballchat. Big up yourself, family. Conte being on the side is showing how horrible a manager Lampard is. Yes, that's definitely. We know Lampard is a horrible manager. Ballers and Bugs segment of Ballchat, family. If you have ballers, send them on. If you're new listeners, big up yourself. Welcome to the show. Consider subscribing. Returning listeners, big up yourself. Always big up to all the returning listeners. Big up. Thank you always for joining us week in and week out. Remember to smash the like button. And always tell a friend about the show. Ballers and Bugs segment where we highlight the impressive players of the week. My baller, our ballers of the week. Ilkay Gundogan, last week I gave him a baller. And he scored 2 goals this week, even though he missed a penalty. Dirty Pep Guardiola, shut up. It doesn't matter. Haaland gave the man the kick. He has never scored a hat trick in his career playing at Man City. Has he ever scored a hat trick? We have to look through that stat. So it was a nice gesture by Haaland to give the man the penalty. Dirty Pep, shut up, because he was upset that Haaland gave Ilkay Gundogan the penalty. So big up Gundogan, outstanding weekend again, outstanding display. Scored 2 goals. Alexander Lacazette scored 4 goals to the junior. 4 goals for Leon. Big up yourself, Lacazette. And big up to Jante, the Lacazette, the anti-Messi crew. Yo, Jante, some people love cause crosses. And Jante sent down a message, said, Lacazette 1 season, League One, scored 23 goals. Messi still a buffle with 21. 21 combined goals after what? 2 seasons? So, but Alexander Lacazette, big up yourself. Big up yourself, brother. Ball of the week. And those are my ballers. We don't keep it moving. Bugs Jr., who do you have, family?
Yo, all right. 2 ballers, two greats. To see their career going down this way is painful. I'm talking about Ronaldo and Messi, right? Ronaldo, for reportedly saying he wants out of the Middle East, not even 4 months, not even 3 months in, is really a sad thing to say and sad thing to hear. This debacle with Messi and PSG, I don't know who it is to blame, but why is it out in the public like this, right? That has shown where how far Messi has fallen off. So we're giving Ronaldo a bug of the week for these reports that are not being refuted. And until it's being refuted, where there's smoke, there's some fire, right? For Messi, I can't give Messi bug of the week because based on reports, it seems like Messi basically said, yo, I go Saudi Arabia, we done planet already, I go, me no business. And then come back and give a full excuse where I don't know what to make of that excuse. But who I'm going to give the bug of the week to is the president of PSG, who, if everybody remember clearly, and I never forget it, the man laughed at the world when he signed Messi for free. When he got Messi for free, he laughed at the world. And look at him now. And what has happened with this Messi project? I can say it has been a failure. So the deterioration of the great ballers is something to keep in the back of our mind. But the situation around Messi deserves a bug. Ronaldo deserves a bug. Also, David De Gea, for that whole of a goal that he give up to them, deserve a bug. Like that. 3 bugs.
Yeah, we'll discuss this saga with Messi and the interplay with Messi's PSG, Saudi Arabia, and $400 million proposed yearly salary coming from Al Hilal, the reported offer for Lionel Messi. Them thing are foolishness, but we'll get to that later on in the show. Ballers and Bugs segment, family. My bug, we just have one bug we're going to highlight. One bug. I sat on the show a few times and I've criticized referees. I've called out referee as incompetent. But one thing I will never endorse is attacking a referee. This brother Adam Abdullah down in Australia ran onto the field and attacked a referee. Punched the referee Yaghi, beat him senselessly, shattered his jaw and broken ribs. What kind of foolishness? So Adam Abdullah, you get a bug of the week, brother. You cannot attack the ref. What kind of foolishness are going on out the road? How is it that this brother just in a stand and then just run out and attack referee? So you get a bug of the week. We want referees to do a good job. Referees are humans. We understand some mistake are going to make. There will be errors. But never, ever we're going to endorse anyone running on the field or anywhere attacking or threatening referees or assistant referees. Yo, Adam Abdullah gets a bug of the week and hopefully him go to jail. Yo, them said Duppy know who for frightening, you know. Referee need to start to walk with them machine or shandy buckle or deal with them because now you can't run on the field but attack and punch up the man and all them foolishness. So Adam Abdullah get the bug of the week. Alright, let's get to our football roundup. And we want to touch this Messi saga later on in the show. Garfield has a lot to say about it. Garfield said the problem with Messi and R7 is greed of the players and clubs. They use these stars for marketing and the players chase higher salaries that they don't deserve based on football performance. We have elevated these two above the game, which they don't deserve. Yes, this thing gone wide. They gone too far. Them two players that on scammer are money grabbers. Them gone too far with this money thing now. BM, big up yourself. BM says, I thought Messi was going to MLS. Boy, that one that might happen too. We don't know. According to MLS Commissioner Dan Garber, they're trying to work something out. The only offer, as reported by multiple outlets, the only offer that's on the table is Al Halil offer of $400 million a year for his services, and it's probably a 1 or 2 years deal. And also, Lionel Messi has a deal with Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is bidding for the 2030 World Cup. And so he's part of this whole make Saudi Arabia look good, the campaign to try to get the 2030 World Cup. I guess Qatar hosts the 2022, so Saudi Arabia will host 2030. So this is how the landscape and the politics of things go on, you know. All right, EPL football, Junior, because like we said right now, Manchester United corner dark. Let's take a look at EPL results. Big result for Arsenal. Arsenal defeated Newcastle 2-0. West Ham 1-0 over Manchester United. Consecutive defeats for one Mr. Ten Hag and Man United. Chelsea finally won a game. Defeated Bournemouth 3-1. Man City 2-1 over Sam Allardyce Leeds. Spurs 1-0 over Crystal Palace. Wolves 1-0 over Aston Villa. Aston Villa in a spot of bother here. We thought they were trying to get into that Europa spot. Liverpool 6 games winning streak. 1-0 over Brentford. Mohamed Salah, 3 years consecutive run with 30 goals or more. Big up yourself. Junior, highlights, pick of the results for you this weekend, family.
You know, it have to be what Arsenal did at Newcastle. And Mikel, big up Mikel, the football group put a post and our statement said battling fourth would be worse than Arsenal battling the league. And he's talking about Manchester United. And it's a thought-provoking statement that from a Manchester United perspective. But for this weekend, though, what Arsenal did, I mean, they are trying to win the league. So you would think that you shouldn't say beating Newcastle is a big feat, right? But defeating Newcastle at Newcastle with the way how Newcastle has been playing is commendable, and with the run of games that Arsenal had. Now, eventually, Arsenal would have figured it out, and that should be a fair thing to think, or a fair statement to say. But defeating Newcastle 2-0, even though Newcastle can feel somewhat unfortunate, right? They can't come out and say, we don't know how to score a goal. But as just a football goes somewhere, sometime. To me, that is a highlight. Chelsea winning, Manchester City beating Leeds 2-1. I mean, the penalty rule. You made a statement earlier, Benton, and about Gundogan and that scoring a hat-trick. Now, you hear on TV all the time about coaching decisions, and you have the coach's handbook, where, for example, you never make a substitution for your team while defending a penalty, right? And then somebody will ask you, why don't you do that? Because you're going to give up a goal. It's easier to give up a goal. And somebody look at you and say, that's foolishness. That hardly ever happened, right? So for the football purists who believe that, they are always happy when they get a reason to prove their point. The football purists, another coach's handbook. In coach's handbook, chapter 3, verses 1, section 2, amendment 15. If you are the number one penalty taker, you will take the penalty. It no matter what the circumstances is, you take the penalty. If you are trying to win the league and you up 2-0, and everybody know there's a statement out there that 2-0 is one of the most dangerous leads in football. That's another part of the coach's blue book. In a chapter 3, we'll talk about that next week. But 2-0 is a dangerous lead. You get a penalty for bury the team. You bury the team. Your number one penalty kicker take the shot. No, so what happened? Instantly, lead score, and for the next 10-15 minutes, Man City under pressure. That's in the coach's handbook. So those are things that
chapter 3,
chapter 3 talk about
4.1 said the penalty taker can decide if he wanted the penalty today and give it to another.
Right, that's fine. But they don't defend the penalty taker when he give it up and him no score, them no score, and then you give up a goal right afterwards. Because that's now Pep looking at Haaland, and it's a learning experience for Haaland. Because too many times we have... Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I just think, all right, this penalty thing, big up to the family, big up to Chris Charlton, big up yourself. Chris says Haaland should have never given up that penalty. Big up to Michael A. Michael A. says bottle in fourth would be worse than Arsenal bottle in the league. I guess that's a stick at Man United if they do bottle it. Why them say the CM knife for joke goat or the CM knife for joke hog. Regarding this Man City and this penalty thing, I mean, Pep Guardiola, brother, calm down. Yes, we understand that Haaland is the penalty taker. We get that. But
Right.
It's a bug Leeds. This is bug Leeds. Leeds was not going to tie this game. All right? At the end of the day, he wanted to support his teammate. And you are trying to foster a good relationship between these individuals, you know. Because a team that works for the collective has a better chance to battle and win something. Pep Guardiola, go and hold your corner, brother. We understand that you have a rule, so this man's supposed to take the penalty. But at the press conference, at the post-match presser where he spoke about, you know, what if it was 3 or 4 or if it would have been fine in the 80-something minute. Pep, chill out, brother. Chill out. The man gave the penalty to the man because he wanted him to score a hat-trick. It done. Just keep it moving.
That's admirable, right? But when you look at the game that Haaland had, right? Let's play the what if game. You say Leeds wouldn't.
We're not playing a what if game. It never happened.
All right, cool. But Haaland missed a bag of chances in the game. Do you agree?
And he missed a bag of chances in the other games too.
I know, but do you agree that he missed a bag of chances in that game?
Yeah, he could have scored some goals yesterday.
Gundogan, as the captain, should have looked at Haaland and said, "No, brother, you get yours."
Fair enough, but at the end of the day, and the way I look at it, and I could be wrong. And this is probably making a big deal over nothing. It's nothing because there's this collective unity in this team. They're running towards multiple titles. Just keep the vibes going and just say, brother, you scored 2 goals already. You know, you have a chance to score a hat-trick. It's just like when I used to play, when I played in that Sunday League, not Sunday League. There was a league I played in, and I played right back. And we are beat aside. We are butter bruiser team. And every man on the team scored. I'm the only one who didn't score, except the goalie. Big up Talis. Talis dribbled through the entire team and said, Benton, where you there? See one here, score one. And so you form those bonds as teammates. And so you do your thing. You work together collectively and you want others to achieve and enjoy the thing too. And I thought Pep Guardiola could have just squashed the thing and just keep it moving and say, yo, you know, I would prefer, but it is what it is. Let's keep it moving. But this whole thing about 4-3 or whatever, it was unnecessary, I thought.
But true, I agree. From the human side, But from the coach's side, I think it shows how much winning this Premier League title is meant for Pep or means to Pep. I think it also shows how much a treble could possibly mean to Pep, because we have no idea what a fair play rules going to come down, what a fair play ruling going to come down next year at City.
Yes,
we have no idea if Pep will still be the coach next year at City. And I get the vibe. It showed a level of intensity from Pep that I have not seen. I cannot remember a time I've seen Pep being outwardly that intense after a win.
Yeah, I mean, he's really competitive. And yes, these are all, most of these men are competitive, right? I mean, and he's pushing. But sometimes Pep, he needs to know, and he must know this. He needs to know when to kind of step back a little bit and just let the men just go through and do them thing. Because even when he sub Gundogan, I didn't even think he healed Gundogan. The man just walk stay wide of Gundogan like say is a problem. I say, what go on?
You missed the penalty. What do you mean by if it's a problem? You missed the penalty and lead score right afterwards. What vexing you?
Yo, and I'm telling you, it's your most probably one of you, not probably, he's one of your most informed midfielders, informed players right now. We saw what he did in the Arsenal game, how he rotated the ball and keep it moving, and how he played yesterday. And just keep the vibes going, keep the good vibes going, and not bother cause of foolishness. You said Manchester United. Let me take a look on the table. Man United, consecutive losses on the trot. Brighton, now West Ham. Junior, is this number 4? Is this top 4 position in jeopardy, family?
Of course it is, because the way Liverpool is playing, it definitely is in jeopardy. Now, Arsenal, I'm not pass on the problems, but Arsenal reach a state of desperation. And we saw that desperation ever play out against Newcastle, because we all could have said, if Arsenal ever beat Newcastle, the Premier League title done, right? We would have been saying right now, crown Man City, it's over. It's a 4-point lead with a game in hand. There's no way, right?
Yeah.
This upcoming game this Saturday against Wolves is a do or die game for Man U. Because if Man U drop points against Wolves, yes, they're still going to have a 1-point lead over Liverpool. But you cannot say that their odds are favorite to win, to get top 4. So this game is I expect to see a level of intensity from Man U, and I think it started Ten Hag, to be honest with you, because Anthony for stop play for Man U. I mean I supported Anthony right through.
The $100 million man for stop play?
Hey man, him no worth $100 million orange. He's one of the worst. And you watch a game today, you can tell. You can tell. We like when you talk about how Man City have them camaraderie. You can see how Arsenal come out today and say, we're going to win versus Newcastle. No questions asked. You can see with Chelsea, N'Golo Kante and company said, no, we're going to win. Right? For Man U, I can literally look on the field and know that only Casemiro want to pass the ball to Anthony. Me can look at the field and know, say, Weghorst, Rashford no want to play no form of football with Weghorst. Right? Me can look at the field and say, Bruno no want nothing to do with Anthony. I don't know how much longer it will take Ten Hag. You see Garnacho is back on the bench. It's not coincidence. I think Anthony don't start for Man U this year. I really expect to see a change this week against Wolves. If Anthony start against Wolves this week, I'm going to see him pass halftime if him not score a goal. Or if him not have a brilliant game up to halftime. Right now, the alarm bells should be ringing at Man U, and I expect to see a desperation game this week.
Junior, Man United have a point, is ahead of Liverpool by a point. They have a game in hand on Liverpool. Liverpool played one more extra game. I mean, what's the fuss about? What is the fuss about, family?
All right. Ask that. You see that question when you just asked? That's a question non-Arsenal fans asked Arsenal fans 2 weeks ago. What's the fuss about? You guys are still winning the league. Yes, you have one little bad result. But Man City care. Remember people on the show? Man City care go undefeated. All right. And the same kind of question. So if I am a Manchester United player, my ears hot. My ears hot because Liverpool is coming in hot. Newcastle is playing good football. What is the fuss about? Lose to Wolves this week and make Liverpool jump you this week and see what it's like chasing top four versus maintaining top four. That's what the fuss is about.
Garfield said football gods were against Man United today. They missed and hit the crossbar from good opportunities. He also agreed with you with the Anthony analogy and observation. However, the application for the coach, the implication for the coach benching a player he spent $100 million to get is a bad reflex or bad reflect. Yo, God going in there, yeah, man. God going in there. I'm just sitting back and watching some football. Southampton is out. I think Southampton is already dead. But it would be quite baffling to me if Manchester United dropped the soap. Again, because you have already dropped the soap against Brighton. You dropped the soap against West Ham. Against Wolves, Wolves is trying to survive. Lopetegui has, I think they've kept like quite a few clean sheets on the Lopetegui. Defensively, they're quite good. I mean, this is where Man United need to go there and find a result. So, will a point be enough? Because, of course, Liverpool is playing Leicester City, and Leicester City is also in a relegation fight. So, that is not necessarily a guaranteed win for Liverpool with Dean Smith and Leicester City.
Man U need 3 more wins.
Okay.
How much game leave? 3? Man U need 2 more wins.
Okay. Man United versus Wolves, important game coming up. Liverpool versus Leicester City. That's the battle. Regarding to the title race, I mean, them people that talk about races on, but I mean, we can stick a fork in this thing, right?
The race, yeah. Look, you have to say, because right now we would have to try to be psychologists right now to figure out this title race, right?
Yeah.
Because when you look at it, Man City play Real Madrid Tuesday, then they travel to Everton, which is going to be a tough game. Then they host Chelsea, who could be coming in 2-game winners, right?
Okay. So, let's not get carried away with the 2-game winner.
You never know. Then they have to travel to Brighton. Then they have to travel to Brentford. Now, the intensity that Pep showed yesterday, I think Pep is foreshadowing these schedules. Pep don't want joke around with Real Madrid because they have to go play Sean Dyche football within 4 days. If you get a chance to bury Real Madrid, you bury them. So we can move on to the next game. And if you're fortunate enough to beat Everton, you have to host Real Madrid. And then guess what? You host Chelsea the weekend after. So I don't think it's a foregone conclusion, to be honest with you. The table is still wide open. Right? Arsenal hosts Brighton next. That game to me is a tricky game. After that, them 2 winnable games, Nottingham Forest and Wolves, hosting Wolves. I think it will come down to the last day because I can see Everton getting a draw versus Man City. I can see Chelsea beating Man City. I really can't see Chelsea beating Man City. Listen, Benton. Listen to Benton.
The Frank Lampard coach Chelsea. Okay.
It's not necessarily Chelsea beating them. They could lose the 2 Real Madrid ties.
Yes, and I could ban a Guyana rather than Jamaica. All right.
Yeah, but then if
And it
if
never
if,
happened.
if it's so what you talk about the chicken curry, chicken
Yes.
curry chicken and the same curry in I pot with Dutch pot, don't it? So in
Yeah.
idea still curry chicken we're gonna eat.
No, it's a different flavor curry chicken.
Yeah, but that's still chicken with yellow sauce on it, don't it?
This is
So anything can happen.
but we are getting.
No, trust me.
It's too
Trust
early
me.
now, Sunday, if you drink white rum regarding this
Man
Chelsea talk.
City could be as exhausted as how Manchester United is right now. Man City can be as exhausted in the
Junior.
next 2 weeks.
The only way I see they slip up here is because of injuries. They have the depth. This is why they spend. This is why you spoke about financial issues or fair play issues that might be loading at the back end of the season. Man City, they have the depth. Unless people get injured, that's the only way Arsenal is gonna catch them. They have the depth. Kevin De Bruyne is playing the best football. And big up to Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, I've called him soft soap baller in the past. He's playing outstanding football, next level mental football right now. So you see a commitment from the big players in this team. They're hungry. You see me deal like they never won a championship before. So
Right.
like you say, anything can happen, but make we move on because we want to go do some other things tonight. Sam Allardyce Jr. Sam Allardyce pull off what many would call a major scam this week, securing the coaching role at Leeds. 4 games for almost £400,000 is his salary, with a guaranteed £2.5 million bonus if Mr. Sam Allardyce keep Leeds in the EPL. Junior, I want that agent for my work. Your thoughts on this appointment and the salary, brother? £400,000 for 4 games, brother?
No, but think about the negotiation though, because if you were to offer me the Leeds job, right? All right. Basically, what that contract tells me that this is a mercenary contract, right? Sam, you're not coaching Leeds next year. You're coaching Leeds for 4 games, right? If Leeds get relegated, you are going to be on the hook for coaching Leeds to a relegation. That is how the world works today. Nobody's going to remember Jesse March. Nobody will. Everybody is going to talk about Sam Allardyce led Leeds. It's not fair, but sorry, that's not how the world works. So some say, well, for this risk that I am about to take at my age, I don't have the time to rebuild my reputation to pre-Leeds. It all costs you some money. And furthermore, this is mission impossible. Give me motivation to work 24/7 for the next 4 weeks. Give me some motivation. Oh, you want motivation? You keep us up in the Premier League, make you 2 million. What? All right, that's a motivation enough. Is that what I'm saying? Because
do they stay up? Let's remind listeners where Leeds is currently sitting in the EPL. Does Sam Allardyce keep this team up and collect his £2.5 million bonus, Junior?
I would love to see him keep them up, to tell you the truth. But will they keep? Let me check the schedule real quick. You see, that's a loaded question, you know. Will they keep? Will they stay up?
Leeds currently sitting in 17th position on 30 points, minus 25 goal difference. In the last 5 games, 4 defeats and 1 draw. Yeah, relegate them now, cause.
So who you going to keep up over Leeds? You going to keep up Everton, Nottingham Forest? Who you going to keep up over Leeds?
Well, you can send Everton down. You have Leicester City, Leeds, and Nottingham Forest for that next spot. We think that West Ham is safe. So you can send Sean Dyche and Everton down. As for Leeds, Dean Smith has done a good job with Leicester City. Seems like he has steadied the ship. Nottingham Forest seems to have more talent. Leeds doesn't seem to have, and I don't even know if Leeds really have the personnel to play the type of ball that Sam Allardyce want to play with Weston McKennie. Plus, where are the goals going to come from? I mean, Rodrigo scored one yesterday, but I think Leicester City and Nottingham Forest might have a slight edge here, family.
All right. So Leeds play Newcastle next.
But they might get 6.
Then they go to West Ham.
At Newcastle.
No, at Leeds.
Okay.
All right. So, all right. If Leeds get 4 points out of the next 3 games, will they still? If Leeds finish at 34 points, is it mission impossible? Does
no,
Sam
34
Allardyce...
points is not safe. I think 37 points in the last, 5 years. If I my age is telling, I think the last 5 years, 37 points has been good enough to provide to secure a next season spot. He needs 37 points, family.
All right. But Nottingham Forest plays Southampton next. They might beat Southampton.
Yes.
Them go to Chelsea. Them host Arsenal. And them go to Crystal Palace. Out of those 4 games, can Nottingham Forest get the 5 points needed?
Nottingham Forest also needs 7. They're sitting on 30, right?
All right. So can they get the 7 points needed?
So they can get 3 from Southampton. They better
all right. So can they get 4 points out of 3 games?
They better hope and pray they can get 3 from Crystal Palace, because Crystal Palace will be on vacation. No, they need to find a point from what? Newcastle and Arsenal. Who's that?
No, Arsenal and Chelsea.
Well, they need to find a point from Chelsea because they're not getting anything from Arsenal.
All right. So and the Everton now. Everton have 4 games left. Everton travel to Brighton. Host Manchester City. Travel to Wolves. Or host Bournemouth. Can they get 7 points out of that?
Everton can get, all right, they will beat Bournemouth.
No, they beat 8 points. They beat 8 points. Can they get 8 points out of that?
They will beat Bournemouth at home. It all depends how the results go, because they travel to Brighton. Brighton should butter bruise Everton.
All right. So hold on. So you are saying, if assuming them beat Bournemouth, that means they need 5 points out of Man City and Wolves. Can they get 5 points out of Man City and Wolves?
No.
So Leeds stay up then. Everton gone.
We will see. Well, so Sam Allardyce would secure his $2.5 million bonus. What? That's a bigger scam. That's a scam.
No, that mean no. At $3.6 million, Sam Allardyce will get for coaching 4 games.
Because he will secure the
they might get the 400,000 a game. So and Sam Allardyce came into the position already above relegation. Yep. So all he have to do is stay above board.
Just stay above relegation. Garfield says my prediction is the Leeds will stay up. BM says I will always rate Big Sam for bringing the great Bibi Gardner. Big up to Bolton Wanderers. Big up Bibi Gardner. One and only. Big up yourself. Jeremy and Samuel says ball round. You can stay there and count points. This is true, especially at the relegation end. And Jeremy says Leeds need 4 points and 4 defenders and a striker. Why them not get the defenders them and a striker this year now? They can't help them this season. Garfield says, remember, teams at the bottom play differently when they fear being relegated.
Yep.
Good luck to Leeds, but this contract is something else. I suspect Leeds management will say, well, we can run the numbers and say, oh, if this money add up, the money short. And Everton and Sam Allardyce, Everton and Sean Dyche might be on the hook to get relegated. He couldn't pull off a Sam Allardyce, the one Mr. Sean Dyche. And he's been there since what, January, right?
I feel Everton going to stay up.
You feel because you're a Sean Dyche fan.
No, not only that I'm a Sean Dyche fan. Everton is one of those teams that don't belong in the Premier, in what they call it,
In the
League One or
championship, Junior.
Championship. They don't belong in the
This is the
Championship.
perfect
Everton is
time. Last year they flirted with relegation, and I guess the CM Frank Lampard saved them, relegate them. Every year them forward a flirt with relegation, relegate them. We don't have any time for this. We don't have no time for this.
well, I'm going to say it. Everton going to beat Brighton. Everton going to make Premier League title race get interesting by drawing with Man City at home. I'm telling you.
Okay.
You want to talk about Champions League right now? After playing Man City 2 games, playing Real Madrid in 2 games, Man City now going to want to play football that weekend.
Yeah, banana slip game after that match out of the Champions League.
That's a trap game.
Trap game. I don't know. I guess Dominic Calvert-Lewin, his season's been up and down because of injuries. I mean, they have Damari Gray. So I don't know. Good luck. But Everton's defense is one of the worst with Michael Keane. I mean, this brother can't stop. He can't stop a ball from rolling down a hill. I mean,
the guy feels I'm drunk. Everton will not beat Brighton.
Yeah,
watch next week.
I don't think.
Watch next week. I'm gonna come out and Everton drop a fat one, love. Don't say I told you so.
All right,
watch.
Fair enough. I don't see Everton beating Brighton. We're just looking at the data. All right, Champions League semi-final coming up. Semi-finals coming up, Junior. Big ball game. Champion football. Real Madrid versus Man City Tuesday. Inter versus Milan on Wednesday. Junior, set this up for me. I mean, big ball games, brother. They meet again. Let's first talk about this Man City versus Real Madrid game. Last year, heartbreak for Man City. This year, they go get Haaland. Is it this year? If not now for Man City, when? Your assessment.
Yo, Haaland said in an interview. Haaland said in an interview one time saying that this is the reason why I'm here. I'm not here for win Premier League. Man City don't win Premier League already. I am here to bring us the Champions League title. That's what he said. And you know I'm a huge Erling Haaland fan from him there at Dortmund. I'm not telling you this right now. Real Madrid have a propensity for starting games slow. We saw the head start that them give Liverpool and butter bruise Liverpool, right? It's so hard to bet against the Mafia, man. But just feel Haaland, I go put on him Thor suit and go out there with the Viking, the strength of the Viking. I'm really feel Haaland I put on a show this week.
Hurry up, man. Hurry up. We have things to go through now.
I tell you already, Haaland I put on a show this week.
It's a difficult game to call. I mean, evidently, as a football fan, as a neutral, as a lover of the game, this is the type of game I wanted to see. I wanted to see both teams fully healthy, gunning, ball game, like road ball. Let the chips fall where they may. Of course, Real Madrid, different animal when it comes to European Championship, 14 titles to bout. And last time Man City won anything in Europe was what, 1970. So them not really, they're not football royalty when it comes to this thing. That aside, I think Manuel Akanji has been there's a lot of emphasis on Haaland, and rightfully so, but I also think Manuel Akanji has been huge for Man City and just running, and defensively he's going to need to be huge come this week, because it's going to be potentially Manuel Akanji against the one and only Mr. Vinicius Junior. We don't know, say Vinicius is the straw that stirred that magic drink.
No, I think Kyle Walker.
You want to pick Kyle Walker? What? Do what? Because of speed?
He's going to start Kyle Walker.
We say, and here we go. Because at the end of the day, you need defense over speed. Defense over speed. We saw what Vinicius do. But the odds slightly favor Man City. But I it's a tough game to call. I mean, Tuchel in that midfield protecting the back four. Haaland can't score if him not get ball delivered to him. So who win the midfield battle, win the ball game. It's a tough ball game to call. Tough ball game to call.
But it was a tough ball game for Carl last year. I think Man City was supposed to win last year, right?
Yeah, but every year is them for win Champions League and them still can't win. So make we see.
Something just tell me. You see, everything is in Real Madrid favor. To be honest.
What are these everything you speak of?
All right. Real Madrid have the Swiss army knife in Camavinga. There's nobody on Manchester City that can do what Camavinga does and bring to the game. Nobody. Camavinga can be deployed at the left back, in the 6, in the 8. He can play anywhere on the field. That means any hole that needs to be plugged that Man City discover, Camavinga will be there to plug it, right?
They have a Swiss army knife in John Stones. He can play centre back or he can go in the midfield. And he's been pushing him into midfield recently. Yo, man, hurry up, boy. I'm gonna do something.
Mental, let me swallow up Bono John. You know, it comes to bad with Bono John Stones, man. You can't compare John Stones. Camavinga to John Stones, Mental, let me show the story. Hey, Mental.
Swiss army knife for Man City this time. He's been playing well for them.
Yo, that the Swiss army knife for Man City have it rusty. The opener part it can't open the juice. The Swiss army knife for Real Madrid have a MacGyver Swiss army knife.
Prediction, family, before we go to the interview.
Why?
Prediction.
4-3 Real Madrid. 4-3 Real Madrid this Tuesday.
4-3 Real Madrid.
Another score at
the Bernabeu. This that. We're going to go the other way. 2-1 Man City. 2-1 Man City. 2-1 Man City. 2-1 Man City.
So it done there.
I wonder how that hamstring is doing. Very, very tough game. Luka Modric picked up a knock. He came on for a few minutes at the end of the Copa del Rey final that they won. We need Luka Modric to be full tilt for that game. So, 2-1 Man City I get because I don't know the status of Luka Modric, how really he is. And I think Kevin De Bruyne is playing some excellent football right now.
Garfield agree with the 2-1 Real Madrid. Garfield flip it, 2-1 Real Madrid. I think it will be high scoring. I think it will be just like the Liverpool game.
As great as Man City is, I think you can definitely get at the boy Rodri in that midfield. It's a different ball game. This is a different ball game. So unlike this ball game to the next game, the semi-final, the All Milan derby, where most of us are probably saying we don't really care about it. But your thoughts on this game, keys to it and the prediction. Rafael Leao, there's a concern whether he's injured, he picked up a knock. Only Milan and Inter fans really care about this. Your thoughts on this game?
Football purists care about that game more than the Man City Real Madrid game, to be honest, though. You know that, right?
Yeah, all heritage foolishness. This is what the third time they're playing in Champions League.
No, but this is a different. It have a different feel to it because AC Milan feel more complete to me. Inter Milan still feel like they are trying to figure themselves out. And because of that, I've given AC Milan the edge. Now, you say Rafael Leao is an injured doubt. I don't think I think this is going to be a game of wills. I think both semifinals are going to be polar opposites of each other. I think Man City, Real Madrid going to be open football. This Inter AC Milan, I think it will come down to one shot on goal for one side, 0 shot on goal for the other side. I think penalties ultimately. And I just think AC Milan is more destined than Inter Milan right now.
I'm concerned about Rafael Leao. Yeah, big up BM. BM says you should give Camon a yellow card for constantly missing the show. Yes, Camon will be reffing games for the rest of the season because of Chelsea bad. But she's reffing games at this time. But yeah, we need to give her a yellow card. Definitely give her some yellow cards. I think that Simone Inzaghi, the coach of Inter Milan, he seems to have a trick or have a way of navigating cup games. He's won the Coppa Italia. He's got them in the Coppa Italia again. And this maybe is another game for them. There's another knockout match in a semi-final. So he has a way to figure out these things. And with that being said, and with the concern over Rafael said he's fine, but he did leave the game, or left the game, early. So we'll see. I'm going to slightly go Inter Milan on this one, and big up to Romelu Lukaku and Lautaro Martinez. Say what we want to say about them, but they will, I think Inter Milan have enough horses to sneak out this one. CONCACAF Awards, family, before we go my yard, we just have a few minutes. We're going to run through some quick hits and quick topics. CONCACAF Awards took place this week. Let's pivot. And before we go CONCACAF Awards, this Messi thing, really and truly. Any final thoughts you want to say about this Messi thing, family? And you mentioned it earlier, and the saga. This is the end of an era for him at PSG. It was an utter failure. But anything you want finally say about this thing?
He'll catch up to you.
Yeah.
And anybody that is living in a life of luxury and living in a life of preference right now, don't take it for granted. Eventually that time will run out. I think Messi time has run out in where he can call the shots without any form of repercussions.
Time for these two prima donnas go fall up under them bed. It's been great. It's been great watching you guys play. You guys have been absolutely awesome. But right now it's a scam. It's just pure money thing. Because I don't know how $400 million is going to benefit the Saudi Arabia League. After Messi leaves, will anybody watch this league a year or 2 years later? So it's just bag of foolishness right there. So I don't know that. But it's not my money. And apparently some people want to see Messi play in a whole age. Walk up and down. CONCACAF Award. Bunny was named 2022 Player of the Year for CONCACAF. Bunny said, coach, she has to, she's grateful for the award, but of course a team award. Your thoughts, family? Big up to Bunny Shaw.
Well, congrats to Bunny Shaw, and she definitely deserves it. You cannot say this is like a lifetime or overtime achievement award. She is holding up more than her own at Manchester City. She's not a token footballer, and she out there and she outclassing our peers. And it also shows how far Team USA and Team Canada has fallen in the international women's football, because
to get this award over the big teams, I don't know if them fall far, but it's an outstanding achievement.
No, but them fall. This is a revelation to those teams. Normally, Team USA have 3, 4, 5, 6 players who can get this award over anybody else, right?
Yeah.
And Canada always have Sinclair and whoever before Sinclair. So it shows that the gap is narrowing, and is narrowing at a very quick pace. And I'm glad, I'm happy, I'm proud that Jamaica is at the forefront of narrowing the gap in the Western Hemisphere. And I'm going to say it again in a more peaceful way. Support the girls, support the side. Everybody in the establishment, support the side.
All right. Big up to the Reggae Girls, and big up Bunny Shaw, big up yourself. Outstanding achievement. Can go on, do your thing. Alphonso Davis was named CONCACAF Men's Player of the Year for 2022. Another outstanding year for one, Mr. Alphonso Davis. Big up yourself, youth. Doing well with Bundesliga. Defending champ Bayern Munich. And was outstanding for Canada.
I think this is a pre-World Cup decision.
Yeah,
I really do.
I mean, but he played well in those qualifiers. Outstanding.
That's what I mean. Yeah, the
both
level
were
at
outstanding in the qualifiers.
Yeah, very, very. He he is the best player in CONCACAF, and he showed that during the qualifiers.
Junior, before we go my yard, I want to get your thoughts on this news. One, Mr. Tariq McGee has signed with Colorado Switchback. He has joined Devon Speedy Williams, Omario Williams, Malik Foster, and Deshaun Beckford. Was a pay curry chicken and cook at the team hotel there because so many Jamaicans. Junior, this is huge for Tyreek, right? I mean, a chance to figure himself out because we not see him playing a ball.
Yeah, because when you say huge, he's leaving Belgium to come and play in what a lot of people call bug league. Am I agree? Do we agree on that?
Yeah, but within bug league or not, he wasn't playing in Belgium. So let's get that clear.
True.
And I big up to my brethren, Bones, who said football on the time minutes are invaluable. So you can't improve if you are one bench, brother. And Tariq McGee has been warming bench for a while. Now let's hope for his sake. Or well, not hope for his sake. It's the ball is in his court that he actually get valuable minutes. Because we have seen Speedy done well playing for Jamaica and playing for the switchback. So so it's a good move. I mean,
it's a great move.
Rebuild yourself essentially.
But let me just, and it's a BM kind of reference on what I'm about to say. Any young footballer out there, from Tariq McGee's perspective, this is a great move, right? It gives him a chance to prove his maturity and show his maturity. And maturity not only in personality, but in how your game has grown. Him get the opportunity to show that's something that he never get the opportunity to show over the last couple of years. Kind of one bench, right? But from the global perspective and looking at the future of football and for the young players out there, use this as another example of charting your path right. And yes, you need some form of luck, but also make sure you have the right people around you so that you can get into the right situation where, like what Board said, you can have minutes on the field to show that you have gotten better, right? Because it's an unfortunate situation. So we're not talking about Tariq McGee now. Not about him. I don't have intimate knowledge of his situation and how he got to Belgium and if he had other choices. But you have some people out there that could be in a similar spot and come back and say, if me didn't know, me would have gone left instead of turn right? Use this as an example, people, and go out there and make the right decision and make sure you have the right people around you.
All right, big up Crime Minister. Crime Minister said big up Ballchat family, and BM says, of course, fall from grace. But regardless, at the end of the day, we always say you have to go to the road and execute. It's a competitive space, and at the end of the day, talent is only one arm of this thing. The mental aptitude and the commitment through the struggles, you have to go out the road and execute. So, Tariq McGee, brethren, go and do your work and good luck to your brother, because I'll be watching the switchback games now because I want to see if he's actually playing and how he does. Because we don't know so he's a talented youth. So we just say, go and do your work. Yo, engineer, Champions League football games this week. Big up to the AC Milan fans because they must still look another title. Big up themselves. Messi kind of dark because he's not seen a ball game for the next couple of weeks. PSG suspend him. And big up to PSG chairman who has been cuddling the stars for years. Neymar posted on Twitter, said, why the people in their time yard? PSG fans want them out. Manchester United kind of dark or kind of dim. Brethren, that we are going we are in the family.
Yeah, man.
Low shedding power. Football family, you can connect with us on Instagram at Ballchat Podcast. We're on Twitter at Ballchat1. We're on Facebook at Ballchat. Big up to Newcastle United. Boy, and get a little fix up to them from us now. Go on, hold the corner. Yo, engineer. Bless up
Later.
yourselves to all the listeners. We're going on the road in our family.
Yeah, man, later.